This is a story of a boy at the crossroads of his life. He was 15 years old. He had lost his father. He had left school and he was untrained and jobless. His name, Kam Chun. Now he was down to his last coin. He could go home and, as usual, ask his mother for money. This was his life. Monotonous, purposeless, often bewildering and frustrating. Sometimes it led him into trouble. Right now he wanted some money. He had an impulse. It occurred to him that here was an opportunity. In a matter of minutes, Kam Chun had made a mistake again. Twice before he had been warned by the law for minor offences against society. Mrs. Wong's purse was intact. Still, she had to make a report at the police station. There would be a court trial for Kam Chun, and until then, he had the magistrate's order to stay in a remand home for young offenders. In the meantime, there would be an investigation, not by the police, but by the probation officer of the Social Welfare Department. The aim of the law is always to help a young offender reform. The law requires to know the facts of the offender's character, his upbringing, and his social background. It is the probation officer's duty to submit these facts to the court in session. Kam Chun was reluctant to talk. He resented authority, and so the best thing was to talk over with his mother. Juvenile delinquency has become noticeable only recently in Malaya. It can be traced back to the shambles of the last World War. But though it has shown its fangs in Western countries, here it has only nibbled at the strong traditional ties of the Asian family pattern. It has its strongholds in broken and poverty-stricken homes. It was easy to talk to Kam Chun's mother. Her story was not a happy one. Alone, she had been fending for her family. She did odd jobs. It was a meager living. She had little time for her children. They were left to themselves. Kam Chun had always been a problem. He neglected his studies and failed. She'd always thought he would eventually take his father's place as wage earner. That was her story, but not unique. There was still hope for her son, the probation officer assured her. He had helped before boys like Kam Chun. Old school records showed that Kam Chun had always been above average in class until his last year in school. He had to leave when he failed in his examination. He had been intelligent but mischievous. The full results of a painstaking investigation were compiled. Name, age, family history, education, activities, and social environment. A rounded report was got ready for the juvenile court. Kam Chun was brought to trial in a special court and chamber. The juvenile court is closed to the public. It comprises the president in his legal capacity and 2 advisors as lay representatives of the local community. They mete out law and justice to all young offenders with a great deal of charity. As in an open adult court, a teenage offender is free to plead his defense. Kam Chun had nothing much to say.
This is the third time you have appeared before a juvenile court. Under the circumstances, I'm sending you to an approved school for 3 years.
On top of a picturesque hill a few miles from the city is the Sungai Bisi Boys' School. Its training wings, opening for more than 100 boys at a time, new ways of disciplined and useful life. It's an open residential institution without gates, locks or bars. But those who have climbed the steps to its premises are daily trained to be sent back to their homes and community as not only law-abiding, but also responsible and instructed citizens. Their training is conducted according to a proven procedure of limited control and induced discipline, a system of privileges and rewards. These privileges can be earned or lost. The idea is that a boy can make good, if only he tries to, and he is encouraged to take initiative and discard old, obdurate habits. The top man of the school is the principal, and he is assisted by housemasters. They have all been specially trained for their jobs. They dispense the rights and rewards. Housemasters are directly responsible for the boys, and it is up to them to treat each boy as an individual with due dignity and help him solve his problems. Kam Chun's housemaster is to be his friend and mentor during his stay here. There are no restrictions but rules and regulations as in any other school. Boys work in shifts according to schedule. This is an ordered life, what Kam Chun had once tried to avoid. Kam Chun is unhappy about it, but in a small way he has started to respond to it. All round him is the proof of discipline and order. The dormitory appears strange to him. It's clean and tidy, unlike his own home. It's clean because the boys have kept it so. They are boys of his age group. This is only one of the ways the young trainees help to run the school. When they have to work, they really work. But it isn't sweat and toil all the time. There are periods for recreation. They like physical exercise, being full of enthusiasm and energy as they are, but not Kam Chun yet. He isn't at all in the mood for anything. He's sullen and remorseful, like every new boy on arrival. His housemaster knows this. His understanding and tact will win the boy over. Kam Chun doesn't have to play soccer if he doesn't like it. There are other games. But soon he must learn to take his place with other boys in the school. The master explains that he is free to select his activities, and if he shows interest, he will certainly pick up something which he can be proud of one day. Kam Chun is still reserved and reticent. He's brooding again. He's not eating. He wants to show his resentment. Ramli thinks he can help himself to Kam Chun's piece of bread, but nothing doing. The housemaster intervenes. He will match truculence with tact and stubbornness with cunning. Wise in the ways of boys, he adapts his strategy to each one of their wiles. He puts it in plain terms to Kam Chun that the next meal is 6 hours away. If he refuses to eat, well, only he will go hungry. Every new boy is put on trial classes so that he can find a trade which suits his aptitude and temperament. There is a wide choice of trades and crafts, but this kind of experiment can be trying to a freshie, difficult as it is for him to adjust himself to a strange environment. Nothing so far has any appeal for Kam Chun. He is still feeling his way, and it is frustrating. But he remembers what his housemaster has told him, and this thought gives him some consolation. He will pick up a craft, one which he will like. He will devote himself to it, and maybe later he will be proud of it. Kam Chun has only to bide his time. This is it. The ice is broken here. Interest is stirring inside him for the first time. The instructor who has been watching is impressed. Kam Chun's love for woodwork is the cornerstone for his new role of constructive living. Kam Chun has gone back to his studies. Here the gap in his formal education is being filled. His dual training will make him not only an artisan, but a literate one as well. He attends classes both in English and in the national language.
Batu-batu itu. Batu itu dapat di bukit-bukit, di gunung-gunung.
There is a broad scope for recreation too. With so many facilities available to them, the boys can choose or even change their leisure time activities. They play and relax in an atmosphere simulating normal home conditions as far as possible. As a result of satisfactory conduct and work, the boys are allowed to take part in outings. It's their reward. On one such occasion, Kam Chun was introduced to the game of Sepa Raga. It sparked off another new interest for him, and he practiced it seriously. Soon he was good enough to represent his school. It made him feel proud to be in the team rallying for the honor of the school. Kam Chun receives the full training that an apprentice gets in a workshop outside. He has to take care of the tools entrusted to him, and he has to be economic with the use of materials which are at his disposal. He has made steady progress all round. His hidden talents have blossomed forth, and his outlook broadens day by day. The staff meet regularly to discuss the conduct of the boys and to promote the deserving ones. Each case is examined in detail. Unknown to Kam Chun, his name is on top of the list this time. His housemaster strongly supports his promotion. He sketches Kam Chun's progress right from the beginning when he started as a moody and reserved trainee. But he did not keep to himself once he had made friends. He was full of zest, and he took a vigorous part in various activities, and his interests were increasing. But sometimes he was very playful, not knowing right from wrong. His loyalty to his friends had clouded his sense of right and wrong. In defense of a friend, he once took the law into his own hands. But then he had gradually changed. He had developed a sense of respect for persons and for property. Once he prevented a theft. This was an instance of his transformation to a responsible student, able to act on his own. In studies, in trade classes, and at games, he had distinguished himself. The masters agreed to make Kam Chun a captain. For any boy, this is the peak of his career in the school. Kam Chun can now look back with pride. Only a year and a half has passed, a brief, imperceptible span of time recorded clearly in his achievements. With his promotion, he is further stimulated into making greater efforts. Being a captain means more duties and responsibilities. He is, however, equal to new tasks. He is doing well. But one day, $20, quite a big sum. $20, and not a soul knows about it. He can have a nice time in town. Why not? But he's a captain. A captain. No. He cannot let down his teachers, his house and his school. He has worked his way up so far, he cannot degrade himself now. So near to reversing his career, this little incident has registered a moral victory of self-discipline and self-respect. It has strengthened his right to be reviewed for release. The Board of Visitors, a voluntary body of prominent citizens, looks into the cases of boys who are due to be released. Making unstinted sacrifices in time and energy, they help to manage the approved school. They represent the adult consciousness and concern for the welfare of wayward juveniles. It's another proud day for Kam Chun. He is told that if he maintains his progress, he will be released the moment a job is found for him. The recommendation of the Board of Visitors, together with Kam Chun's record, has been received by the probation officer. Now he has to find Kam Chun a job. This is only after 2 years. It is really pleasant news. As a senior trade student, Kam Chun undertakes major works in the school. This is a great source of satisfaction to him. Knowing that he has only little time left in the school, he devotes himself to increasing his knowledge and perfecting his craft. That will help him get a job.
It isn't easy to get a job for a boy. The probation officer is trying hard, for he has faith in Kam Chun. He is determined that Kam Chun must start right when he has to start life anew. One of the growing concerns in the city has a vacancy. And this is to mark a new departure for Kam Chun. The training in the approved school gives Kam Chun a good start as an artisan. He is starting life anew and starting to make his contribution to the community. He is fitting himself for his rightful place in society. But he is under the probation officer's supervision for 1 more year. This is according to the official program for his complete rehabilitation. Now and then, the welfare officer drops in to see him as friend, helper, and advisor. Kam Chun's attitude to him has changed totally. Resentment has given way to respect. Payday is a great day for Kam Chun. This is the first salary in his life, what is earned by the sweat of his brow. He never had so much money before, and he feels extremely proud of it. On a happy occasion like this, he thinks of his mother and family at home. Because he is happy, he wants them to be happy too, and he wants them to feel just as proud as he feels. To the mother, it is like a lost son come home. There is hope now. There is a young man now to be the head of the home. She won't anymore be alone. Her eldest son has come back with his young, strong and trained hands to fend for the family. The probation officer has indeed kept his word. He is a welcome guest to this happy household. Since Kamchun's return, his home had brightened up. Mother and son have become reunited and reconciled. A cup of tea, a simple gesture, a traditional way of expressing gratitude from the bottom of the heart. To the probation officer, it is a personal triumph of faith and devotion to duty, now replenishing him with new strength to sustain him in his service to society.